So the thoracic spine is the mid-back here, and it oftentimes becomes an excessive forward curve as a response to the postural habits that we have sitting at a desk so many hours. And so what happens is these joints kind of get stuck in flexion. They get stuck this way. So the goal a lot of times is to get a little bit more extension through them, and to do that, a lot of times I'll just go deep into the joints, and I'm just literally going directly in a way that I won't do on the cervical and lumbar spine. It's much safer, this area, in part because the ribs are attached there, so it's just more stable. So what I'll actually do a lot is I'll just get in here, and this is usually not pleasant at all to have worked, because for a lot of people it's very restricted and very stuck. So for me to try to undo it is really undoing a lot of chronic postural distortions that are creating the issue. So it's oftentimes very uncomfortable, and I'll work my way up and down the whole spine. I'll do a little bit of movement here, a little friction, just to kind of get things to move, but in general, I'm not so much focused on the muscles here as I am the vertebral bodies, the thoracic spine itself. And a lot of times what I'll do is just do a little bit of myofascial in here as well. Just really trying to move the tissue, get these muscles to release a little bit. And then I can even grab onto the hip and just go lightly like this, trying to get a little bit more mobility in the spine without cracking anything. This usually feels pretty good. So when working in the thoracic spine area like this, I'm focusing on the muscles and on the joints. So the thoracic spine, it rotates and it extends. That's what we want to try to improve. So what I'll do a lot of times is, I learned this from one of my awesome physical therapists. So I'm going to have you just push into your left hand, rotating up. And she's coming up like that and then back down. And as she's doing that, I'm pushing into the joint, into the bone here, to try to release some of those facet joints in the ribs, just getting better mobility. Go ahead, come up a little further. Okay, and I'll do it on this side too. So I'm just in here. I'm really going into the bone here. Go ahead. And rotate this way. There we go. And one more time. And I'll back it up a lot of times, or I'll assist. And then with both arms, you can do the same thing. Go ahead. Look down. Back down. Good. And then just make sure the person's not overextending their neck. So I'll get in here, and really what I'm basically doing is I'm helping to push the spine into extension. Go ahead, as the person comes up. And you can kind of see everything starting to extend a little more, this whole spine. And that's really what we're going for, is to get better extension. So after I've released kind of try to release the facet joints in this position, I take it through a range of motion to facilitate it even more. For the thoracic spine, in addition to trying to get more extension, we want to get rotation as well. So I'm going to go again like this behind her and just have her rotate to the right and back. And working in the joints here, we're also working in some of the rotator muscles. And if I have her lean forward, it becomes more of a erector. So she's going to rotate and flex. Okay, go ahead. Good. And also there's your rotary and multifidi muscles. And those muscles actually they do something different. So I'm going to have her drop her shoulder to the left, and she's rotating to the right. So we're going to start there and then come around. So again, this is all for the thoracic spine. It's just that I'm working different muscles and being forward, and then go this way. And just go ahead and drop your right shoulder more as you go through the range of motion. There you go. And you can see by doing this, we're trying to really get extension and rotation back into the thoracic spine.